Commiserations, Virat just came under a very world-class spell of fast bowling today.
Yeah, I think the game pretty much changed in those first 40 minutes when we were batting. And as I said in the post-match, New Zealand deserves a lot of credit because they really put up a great display how to bowl with the new ball, and they hit perfect line and lengths, and forced us to sort of make errors, if any, or bowl good deliveries to us. So, yeah, the pressure created was immense in those first 45 minutes. And when you lose 3 wickets for 6, it's very difficult to come back into the game. Still, I think our effort was commendable. But, yeah, that first spell made all the difference.
Virat, wanted to know that one bad day was could have happened with any team, and top order played 8 out of 10 matches. They played well, and even the England match that India lost. So, do you think that there was one day that probably you should have expected the middle order to at least put their hands up, because you and Rohit and KL have done the job for 7 or 8 matches? So, are you disappointed?
Well, look, you obviously feel bad for the result. And everyone goes out there to win the game for the team. And if it doesn't happen, you obviously feel like, you could have done things differently, or look at things in hindsight. But, yeah, that's why these games are called knockouts, because if the opposition plays better, you're out of the tournament suddenly. So we have to accept that. I think we're sad, but we're not, devastated, because the kind of cricket that we played in this tournament, we know where we stood as a team, and today we were not good enough, and that's the nature of this tournament, that a bad day at the knockout stage and you're out of the tournament. So I don't think that I would like to break things down immediately, but in time we'll have to sit down and analyze where we went wrong and the things that we could have done right in this game particularly.
Virat, at the halfway stage, 240 odd runs to get, what was the feeling in the camp, and could the shot selection could have been better at the top order, maybe?
Yeah, look, Rohit got a really good ball. I thought my ball was also decent. Yeah, a couple of short selections, yes, could have been better, which I already mentioned. Chasing 240, we were very comfortable. We were confident that we can get the score. Start is always important, and yeah, look, as I said, New Zealand, the way they bowled, did not provide any opportunities for us. I think for the first 7 or 8 overs, we didn't get a ball to drive. So that shows the kind of control they bowled with, and they put the fielders in the right positions. And there was a perfect spell of fast bowling with the new ball, which really put us under a lot of pressure. So, as I said, we're not shying away from accepting that we didn't stand up to the challenge, and we were not good enough under pressure, and we have to accept that and accept the failure as it shows on the scoreboard.
Virat, the initial setback obviously was there, but after that, Hardik and Rishabh looked like they were settling down. A little heartbroken with the shot that Rishabh played at that point in time. Maybe could have been otherwise.
Look, he's an instinctive player, and he did well to overcome that situation and string in a partnership with Hardik. I think the way they played after loss of 3 wickets was 4 wickets rather was quite commendable. And in hindsight, he's still young, so I've made many errors when I was young in my career, and he will learn. He will look back and think, yes, he could have chosen a different option in that situation maybe, and he realizes that already. So, all these guys have a lot of pride and passion to play for the country, and they are the ones who feel the most disappointed when a mistake happens. On the outside, I know it looks like, it was an error, but the person who makes it, trust me, they are the ones who suffer the most with it. So I'm sure he'll reflect on it, and he'll come out stronger. The talent is there for everyone to see, and the character's there. But as I said, yes, a few shots, not just Rishabh, but that happens in sport. You make errors, you make decisions which are not right at that time, and you have to accept it.
Virat, through the campaign, there were discussions in the media. I'm sure you're aware about the Dhoni's strike rate. As a captain, was it a first bit of a concern for you that perhaps the lower order could have forced the pace more and could have collected runs faster?
Well, look, it's always a safer option to look at it from outside and say maybe this could have happened. But I think today he was batting with Jaddu, and there was only Bhuvi to follow after, so he had to hold one end together, in my opinion. And because Jaddu was playing so well, you needed a solid partnership, and to get a 100-run partnership from that situation, I think it had to be the right balance of one guy holding an end and Jaddu playing the way he did. I think his knock was outstanding. So, yeah, as I said, when you don't win, in hindsight, a lot of things can reflect in different manners, but you have to understand how the game panned out and till what stage did the game go. And, you would obviously expect New Zealand to fight back at some stage because the target was steep after losing, 5-6 wickets. But the way they batted together, I think it was the perfect tempo for that situation, according to me.
Virat, can you explain the reasons why MS came so late in the order? At 7. So.
Well, he's been given that role after the first few games of being in a situation where he can, if the situation's bad, then he can control one end like he did today, or if there's a scenario where there's 6-7 overs left, then he can go and strike. So yeah, that was the mindset behind it.
Virat, regarding the batting in the middle overs, Mitchell Santner gave away only 7 runs in his first 6 overs and took 2 wickets. So do you think we should have played him a little more aggressively? 6 runs in his first, 7 runs in his first 6 overs.
Look, I wasn't there out in the middle, so again, it's very easy for me to say yes, we could have, or no, it was fine. But if I knew the pace of the wicket, what the ball is doing, you looked at the scoreboard, the situation was such. So we leave responsibility to the 2 guys in the middle to make decisions, because eventually as an individual you play 1 ball at a time yourself and then you're talking with your partner. So from the outside it's very easy for us to analyze whether they should have or they shouldn't have, but it should be left up to the individuals, and they come up themselves and say maybe my decision wasn't right. So and you have to accept that. That's how failures teach you, and you improve in sport like that. But you have to accept errors also. We're not denying any errors, but I'm saying that only the guys who are in that situation, if I was in there and I played in that manner, I would be able to tell you why. So yeah, as I said again, in hindsight, a lot of things can be up for discussion, but you can never really assess from the outside whether it should have been done or not.
Virat, how are you as a captain and as a player taking this whole yourself, this disappointment? Basically, how are you feeling about it right now?
Of course, very disappointed. We played outstanding cricket, as I mentioned already, throughout this tournament, and to just go out on the basis of 45 minutes of bad cricket is saddening, and it breaks your heart also, because you worked so hard throughout the tournament to build momentum. You finish in number 1 in the table, and then a spell of bad cricket, and then you're out of the tournament completely. So, but you have to accept it. I mean, it's happened to us before, and we have all come out better cricketers because of these setbacks, especially at a stage like World Cup. But having said that, I mean, we have qualified till the semis, and we have played some really good cricket. So we should be also proud of the way we played, and look at the positives also, because there were a lot throughout this tournament. Especially Rohit's performance was, I think, standout performance, and Jasprit with the ball, and Jadeja given the opportunities. So there are many things that we can take back as positives. But yeah, not having played that bad cricket and then just, as I said, 40-45 minutes of bad cricket puts you out. But as a sportsman, you have to accept it that this is part and parcel of this game.
Virat, New Zealand often seen as an understated sort of side that snuck into the finals after 3 losses. Did they surprise you today? And also, what's your how do you see them faring in the final against either India or Australia?
I wasn't surprised at all with how New Zealand played, to be honest. If there's a low total, then we knew there's probably only 1 or 2 sides in world cricket that'll put 7 fielders in the ring, and that was always going to be one was going to be New Zealand. So we knew that they're going to attack more. They would not let the game go till the end, won't take it deep. They'll just go all out and play the game that way, because I've seen them play that way. Today also, third man was up in the ring, and in a one-day game, you had 5 catching fielders. So they know how to put pressure, because they play very consistent cricket. And today was an example of that. And your second question was who?
How do you see them faring in the final against either?
Well, it really depends on the day. I mean, if conditions are good to bat, and then they'll have to bat really well. If conditions are bowler friendly and they put up enough runs on the board, then they become a dangerous side, as you saw in this game. So it's anyone's game, I guess. Knockouts, as you saw today, whoever plays well on that day wins. So yeah, I wouldn't pick anyone as favourites. The team has to play well to win.
Jadeja had this wonderfully cute celebration. 50 looking at probably at Sanjay Manjareka. And so how was you reacting in the team? And when did he go out? He seemed to be in tremendous mode, the way he ran down and hit a six. Did he say something before he went out to bat itself? And there was a point at last 3 overs were left, 30 or something. You were sitting in the balcony, you seemed to say, ho jayega. You were confident at that time, just when Bolt came. So Jadeja, the celebration and the last 3 overs.
I don't think any of us had to say anything to Jadeja after what happened over the last 1 week. He was quite ready to just get onto the path, to be honest. And you saw that the passion with which he played, and we've seen it in Test cricket a few times. He's played knocks under tremendous pressure, and he's got how many 3 triple hundreds in first class cricket, if I'm not wrong. So the talent's obviously always been there. And in my watching Jadeja for 10 years, me playing with him as well, this is probably his top quality, like best knock according to me, because the kind of pressure, the stage we are at, almost out of the game, and then he produces that. So he was very motivated. Yes, at that stage, we all felt like in the change room, the game can be closed out. It can be done, but then again, he played so well. And then, a mistake can happen at any stage. I don't think it was even a mistake. It was just lack of execution, which in one-day cricket, you have to take a risk here and there. So I'm really happy for him because, he's been a very understated cricketer, but a top quality cricketer for India in the field with the ball, with the bat, priceless. So, yeah, he's had a great game today.